Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to the AJ Analysis channel, where today I'm on the wrong screen straight away. 1 second. Here we go. Welcome back to the AJ Analysis channel, where we are back with another live stream. And today we are talking about Manchester United versus Arsenal this weekend. What we can expect to see in the game and how Manchester United can set up to try and get 3 points. I'd love to sit here and say a huge 3 points or something like that, but I'm not sure. We're kind of at that point as a football club at the moment. Just a pretty meaningless 3 points is what we're after in this game. Maybe, causing Arsenal to stumble a little bit. But we need to talk about how maybe Ten Hag can set up in this game to give us the best chance at a result. And then also kind of carry on our waffle session from the other day, talking about United in general. But before that, get in the chat and let me know how you guys are doing. Josh, Matt, Tenpenny, Corey, Edwick, Alex, good to see you all. I hope you are all very well. 3 gold badges in the chat, by the way. OGs. Finally caught you live after a hiatus. Hope you're well. I'm very good, my friend. I hope you are as well. Been a little bit under the weather with a cold, actually, the past week or so, but can't complain. I'm not too bad. Yes, I shall be talking about team news. I've got the Twitter page ready. I'm just waiting for quotes to come through. I have already seen one thing which interested me. Not team news, but something else. So we will catch up on that as well. The question, I guess, is how are we feeling about United? How are we feeling about the chances in this game? You'll get your gold next month. Happy days, happy days. So, first bit of news, by the way. We will quickly go to it. Bruno Fernandes is back in training. I don't think anyone really expected him to be gone long, did we? Did anyone expect him out for much longer than that? Don't think so. He's back. He'll play, won't he? He's Bruno Fernandes. I think he'll play. Something I did see which interested me was this. Again, it's not remotely related to team news, but we did see this. Brailsford believes United need to relocate from their Carrington training complex. He's concluded Carrington is not fit for purpose as an elite sports base. Just thought that was kind of interesting. I said, we'll keep up to date with the team news. I would imagine the fact that Bruno Fernandes is back in training, I think he'll play, right? He's Bruno. I was very, very surprised that he didn't play last week. I know he was injured, but when he's injured, he still normally plays. So it must have been pretty bad. I think he will be straight back in. Anyone just joining the stream? Good to see you, my friends. How are we doing? A lovely sunny day where I am, but let me know how you guys are doing. Is it nice where you are? And David is in the chat, and you know David is in the chat because he has just gifted a membership because he's an absolute legend. David, thank you very much, my friend. Very kind of you guys. Make sure to spam some love hearts in the chat to say thank you. David, very kind. Hope you are well, having a good day. Oh, and it went to someone called AJ. Perfect. That seems like a good start to the stream. Has anyone else got sunny weather where they are? It's a very nice day here. I'm in a t-shirt. It must be pretty warm, right? Even the hat might come off. Churn attack green, exactly. You know exactly what to do. It's Lucas, so pinch of salt. Yeah, of course. Funny thing is, we might win this game just because the players seem to try harder in big games. I've got a weird feeling Arsenal and City, right, are both miles better than us. A lot better than us. I've got a feeling we beat one of Arsenal or City. I don't know which one it's going to be. I know which one I'd rather, probably City in the FA Cup final. Hopefully we can do both. I've got a feeling we win one of those games. Either to ruin Arsenal's title hopes or to ruin City's cup hopes. I've got a feeling we win one of them. I've got a feeling. Like I said, we do seem to have this weird ability at times to turn up for these big games. And this game could be the one. I'm hoping to see some team news soon, because I think what we will all accept is we can't go into the game like this. We cannot go into the game with that team. That team being the team which started the last game last week against Crystal Palace, where we got slapped. It can't be the same team again. So hopefully Ten Hag is going to give us some team news. Hopefully it's going to be breaking any minute now, and we're going to see, we've got a whole new squad to choose from, but it seems unlikely. Marcus Rashford and Lisandro Martinez are back in training. We saw that the other day, but I think that's unlikely that they come into the team. Licher especially. They might be on the bench, but I don't think they'll start. So, yeah. I really hope he changes tactics and goes more defensive. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not really ever a person to suggest a defensive approach or a pragmatic approach, just because I like that aggressive front-foot football. But I think if we want a result in this game, we are going to have to accept that we're not going to have that much of the ball. Arsenal are just so good. We will be talking about Arsenal's tactics as well. I think there's a couple of weaknesses in the Arsenal side. tactically, stylistically, which United could maybe look to exploit. So we will come to that as well. Like I said, we're going to wait for some team news first. I don't want Licha anywhere near the pitch on Sunday. Yeah, same. Just leave him out. I would probably give him minutes at some point in the league, just so if he's to start the FA Cup final, he doesn't come in from the cold. I would maybe give him like even just 25 minutes against Brighton last day of the season, or 20 minutes against Newcastle, something like that. Then, just so he's at least slightly ready for City in the Cup. But yeah, I would not be getting him anywhere near the pitch in this game. Rashford, not so sure. I'm not too sure what his injury is all about. But again, I'm probably not getting him on maybe 10 versus 2 or 20 versus Brighton. Yeah, something like that is probably what I would go for. We have to talk about Mount. Is Mount injured again? There is no... Let me just quickly refresh this, and it's going to lag 1 second because my Wi-Fi... I literally live in the middle of a field, by the way, guys, pretty much. So, look at that lag the second I refresh the Twitter page. Let's quickly go over to it. And yes, I have just seen that news. I'm fine, mate. How are you, and how's everyone doing? Lovely to hear that, mate. Yeah, I'm good. I am very good. Mason Mount has suffered another injury. He will not be fit to face Arsenal. We'll get back to that in a second. Because first of all, Ali is in the chat with a $10 donation. Thank you very much, mate. Saying, good morning, AJ, and the best community ever. Good afternoon / good morning to you, my friend. I hope everyone is doing well. I see us losing this game, but I hope it will not be a humiliation. I don't want my... you don't want City to win 3 leagues in a row. Yeah. City winning the league again, and then probably again next season, and then again. Not what we need. Not what we need. So yeah, you know what? Let's if Arsenal beat us, we done it on purpose to stop City, right? That's how we're going to treat this. That's how we're going to treat this. But thank you very much for the donation, my friend. I hope you are well. Hope you're healthy. Hope the family is good and work's going all right. Guys, you know what to do. Spam some love hearts in the chat to say thank you, as you have already done. We do need to get to Mason Mount though, and say, what on earth is going on here? Why is Mason Mount injured again? Have we signed someone who's never going to play for us? Because that is ridiculous. We bought a broken player, didn't we? It feels a little bit like it. How is he injured again? Hopefully we'll get some details on what the injury is, but... oh my days. See, I will just touch on this, right? I've spoken at length quite a bit about how I feel that Ten Hag's tactics do have an effect on our injuries. How the open approach, the relentless sprints, the high volume of sprints, probably takes a toll physically on our players. I also feel the training intensity has to be off for the amount of injuries that we've seen. But this extent of injury, some of it feels like it's got to be bad luck as well, right? But these are professional... these are professional players. Like, even if Ten Hag's training is intense and the tactics are open, this is insane. There has to be some misfortune in this as well, because this is ridiculous. If this is luck, then, or just bad luck, then I don't know what we've done to someone to deserve this. If there's reasons behind it, like you've said about there, the recovery, the warm up, etc., preparation, then someone needs to lose their job. I don't know who it is. I don't know who's in charge of that, but someone needs to lose their job because this is insane. It's absolutely insane. No Mount means no Diamond. I would imagine so, yeah, particularly with the likes of McTominay out as well. But man, I can't believe Mount is injured again. Ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous. Do we sprint more than any other team? I'm not actually sure. I don't have the stats. Maybe we can find it at some point. Please don't throw the Butcher into this. He needs time. I agree. Martial played more than Mount this season, it feels like. Yeah. Where's Luke Shaw as well? McTominay and Bruno are back in training. Okay, let's see what other news we got. Sandro Martinez has returned to training and is keen to play against Arsenal, but Eric Ten Hag will hold him back. Eric, do not listen to Licha. Do not play him, no matter what. Do not play him. Asked if he is worried that United sacked Louis van Gaal despite winning the FA Cup. Weird question. Like, what's he going to say to that? It's stupid, isn't it? Ten Hag on Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw has also suffered a setback in his recovery. Okay. He may not make the Euros. He's in trouble. he's in trouble because it was touch and go anyway, and Southgate's already said they know he can't play every game at the Euros. He's in trouble there. On Lisandro Martinez, yesterday Licha came to me and wanted to play on Sunday against Arsenal, but he's not ready yet. He needs a little bit more time to go through the process, but he is so desperate. I mean, yeah, right thing to do. Sorry. Don't play him. Don't play him. There is no need. Yeah, Luke Shaw injured. I give up. Luke Shaw's not going to make the Euros, I don't think. Damn. That makes squad building interesting and tactics interesting for Gareth Southgate. A conversation for another day. We will have that conversation, by the way. For those of you that weren't here the other day, there's a lot of Euros content planned. A lot. 17 different matches covered, different tactics, maybe some different articles as well on a website. Apologies for the dogs. Not great, it's not great. We need to sell Luke Shaw. Guy's been here 10 years and it feels like he's never here. The problem I would like come back with that is, who's going to buy him right now? Yeah, Buster and Loki say hi, guys. Who would buy Luke Shaw? I don't know if anyone would. I don't know if anyone would. Because he's injured all the time, right? It's absolutely ridiculous. Hopefully we're going to get a bit of positive news about just someone being available. Because if not, we're going back into this game once again, looking at how we can set up. And we're just so restricted. Kambuala, is he back? Do we know? I haven't seen anything on it. But is Kambuala close? Varane, where's he gone? Is he going to be about any time? Maguire is expected for 3 weeks. You can't tell me we're going into another game with Casemiro and Evans when we know Evans played the last one, not even fit. Mount's injured? Yeah, that was the lineup from the last game. We have a problem. We have a problem. How are you meant to sit here, right? I was going to do a tactical preview video for this game. I was like, there's no point. How am I meant to sit here and say we should do this structure, this structure, this structure, when we don't have any players? We don't have any players. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. I don't know what to suggest anymore for this squad. Should we just sack off the season and be done with it? It's bonkers. It's bonkers. Should we do some tactical talk on Arsenal and how they may approach the game and how they may set up? And then go back to the Eric stuff. If there's anyone available, we'll come up with a tactic for United. Maybe we'll do that. New stream, Pro Clubs Tactics. Honestly, we might have to ditch these streams. Anyway, let's have a look at Arsenal. Playing out from the back, I don't know that we need to particularly discuss their structure because I think we are bad at pressing, so I'm not even interested in discussing that. No point. In terms of higher up the pitch, they're good. They've evolved. This Arsenal side has evolved since the last time we played them. They've gone to another level. They have different parts to their game. Arsenal could cook us. Yeah, they could. You think you should fill in that centre-back role? Honestly, if you're fit and available, go for it, mate. So, how will Arsenal set up? Last season, it was very much a back three like this. White would tuck into the back three, and then whoever was left back would move into midfield like so. And this was very much Arsenal's rotation for most of last season, and it looked pretty good. They've gone one step further this season. They've evolved. They've changed. Now we see an insane amount of rotations. So sometimes Tomiyasu will bomb forward, and Declan Rice will drop into a double pivot. Trossard will come inside like this. Keeping that 3-box-3 shape, the key zones are still occupied, but you've got different players in those zones. So sometimes it will be like that. And then on another occasion, Tomiyasu will stay in the back three. Gabriel will go to the middle. Saliba will come over here. Partey might go forward on this occasion, and now Ben White's going to invert into midfield. Sometimes Ben White will go around on the overlap. Insane amount of rotations. They're really good with their rotations. Then you've got Havertz as well. So if they can't rotate and play through you, they can play over you. I know a lot of people have question marks over Havertz. I always like the idea of the signing purely for this. The long ball over the top, straight to Havertz. Arsenal use that very, very effectively. They've got combination play all over the pitch. Declan Rice in this new sort of 6-8 role looked great. He looks great. How many years did I say we should sign him? He's so good. He's so good, and he's going to be a problem. He's going to be a massive problem in this game for United because he's just a phenomenal footballer. He really is. And he's probably going to cause us problems because I'm just looking at our midfield three we've got there. And I'm thinking that the power of Rice, Thomas Partey, even Odegaard's stronger than he looks. I don't know how we're going to compete with this midfield. Again, we'll come to a structure perhaps soon, which we can do, but I don't know how you compete with that. I don't know how we compete with that. We'll see. Anyway, in terms of out wide, this is where I would argue Arsenal are a little bit flawed. A little bit weaker. Only because they pack the middle of the pitch so much. I feel that they don't always support their wingers that well, particularly on the left-hand side. It's why Martinelli has dropped out of the team, because when he was a 1-versus-1 winger, he was kind of struggling. He weren't really doing much, weren't really impacting the game. He was struggling because Rice, whilst he's been good going forward and box crashing and things like that, he's not someone you want to link up with in the final third. He's not that sort of player. So Trossard, potentially, a little bit isolated on the left-hand side at times. Maybe. Although I would probably expect Arsenal to be so dominant that they get enough forward to kind of override that anyway. Right-hand side, different story. Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka. He's just phenomenal. He's just phenomenal. You need 2 players minimum to stop Bukayo Saka. I don't know if we're going to have that luxury. Granted, we do have this thing called Wan-Bissaka. He can help us. He can help us. He could go 1v1 against Saka, maybe. He might be the only fullback in the league which can stop Saka 1v1, you know, reliably. Although Mikalenko tends to do a good job. Random thought there. So maybe we get away with that. But then you've got Odegaard over in this space as well. Now, Odegaard is a great player. I'm not convinced he's actually an elite primary creator, you know, like a Bruno Fernandes or a Kevin De Bruyne, but he's a really good player. And again, if he's peeling towards Christian Eriksen, it's a long day. It's a long, long day for United. You know, I feel like all season long I've tried to be really positive in these streams, talk about the ways we can win. Last week I sat here and said, I think Palace will cook us. I said 3-0, turned out to be 4. This week, it's not looking good. It's just not looking good. Alex saying, if Wan-Bissaka goes 1v1 with Saka, I want Amrabat at 6. Yeah, I would probably make the same choice, I would think. I'm not playing Eriksen in this game. Arsenal are, like, yes, they've got more to their tactics, but they are built around big physicality, athleticism, they're tough. Like everything Eriksen isn't. Eriksen, I feel like he'd be eaten up alive in this midfield. Eaten up alive. So I probably wouldn't opt for Eriksen in my starting 11. I'd look towards Amrabat. Normally it'd say Mount, but, you know, he's injured. Yeah. I disagree. Saka is easy to handle if you have a decent athletic fullback like Dalot, unless he has Ben White overlapping, which would cause trouble. I actually just disagree, to be honest, because Saka, if you watch Arsenal, Saka looks like he struggles at times with his dribbling, right? But then when you actually watch it closer, it's because most of the time teams put 2 or 3 players on him. When teams leave him 1v1, you see him being much more successful. So yes, Saka does fail a lot of dribbles and he doesn't always beat his man, but it's because he's nearly always 2v1, 3v1. That's the issue for Saka. It's not a weakness of his, it's the strength of opposition, in my opinion. But of course you've got to consider, if United are going to do that, right? If United are going to double up on Saka, then we're just leaving someone else free. So I don't think we'll have that luxury. And I would imagine Saka is going to get a lot of the ball in this game. It will be, can he beat Wan-Bissaka? It will be a test. It will be a test. And like a couple of you have said there as well, Ben White on the overlap causes problems. He's the player who for me has really evolved in this Arsenal side. I think he's been kind of gone under the radar as one of their most important players this season, not just because he scored against Chelsea the other week, but his ability to now invert into midfield, play in the back 3, overlap down the right-hand side and actually put a decent ball into the box, underlap into the final third. He has a lot more threat. And as you've said, that puts a lot of emphasis on Garnacho. Can he get back with him? Garnacho works hard, don't get me wrong. But we've seen a lot this season, or recently I should say, where he's been caught out. Liverpool, Robertson, all day long was just flying down that side. I can't think who else done it to him as well. Concerning. Concerning. To be honest, it's going to be a tough day. Arsenal, in my opinion, are just astronomically clear of us. They're so far clear of us. And my big concern isn't, almost just not even tactical so much. It's kind of the squad building element of the two sides. The pure physicality of that Arsenal side is what scares me. You know, when we play City, for example, I always think like maybe tactically you could do this and it's going to help us. And you can restrict them in these areas of the pitch, whatever. I feel that with Arsenal, even if tactically you match them, physically they've got this different level to them. They just run you off the park. They demolish you in every tackle. Again, Rice and Partey's transition defense is so good. Saliba as well. They're so difficult to stop. They're so difficult to stop. Do you think that if we replace Eriksen with Mount, we'll do better for this match? That would be my solution, but we saw the news a minute ago. Mount is injured again. I will have a look, see if there's any other updates, but yeah, not great. Casemiro makes me nervous, to be honest, and I think someone else asked about what I would do with Casemiro. I have no idea. I think in an ideal world, right, you drop him. You drop Casemiro, because he's not been good enough. To be honest, he's been catastrophic, bless him. Who do you bring in? I don't think we've got Kambuala back, unless I've missed something, and I will check some news shortly. I don't know who we've got to replace him. You know, Lich's not going to come in at centre-back, I hope. I don't know what to do. I am going to talk about a couple of weaknesses shortly and how you can play against Arsenal. We will talk about that. Let me quickly refresh the Twitter page. And again, the internet is literally a potato today, so let's just see if it's probably going to lag again. Look at that. Every time. Boylan did cause Saliba some problems at the Emirates. Yeah, we can have a discussion around that, to be fair. About some of the ways we can try and hurt them. Let me quickly... Okay, let's have a look at some updates on the old Twitter page. Bosh. So we've read that already. Rashford, of course, he trained this morning as well. And we have to see how he recovered from this. But I think it looks quite good. And I hope he can tomorrow make the next training and then see if he's available for Sunday. So probably in the squad, right? Probably in the squad. In terms of Luke Shaw, he's had a setback in his process as well. Still hope. Available for the final, hopefully. Gives him a slight chance. The Euros might be... He won't start at the Euros, though. Not after one game. What? Who asked Pep if he's a United fan this weekend? What a stupid question. Mainstream media are dumb, you know. Should we defend in a back five? Okay, yeah, let's talk about it. What do you want to talk about first? How we feel that we should approach this game defensively or offensively? On the ball or off the ball? In possession or out of possession? Where do you want to start? Rashford still needs to train tomorrow. Yeah, I think he'll probably make the bench. I've got a feeling Bruno gets rushed back to start. The fact that he's back in training, I think he'll be brought back in quite quick. Out of possession? Okay. Bruno will play. Yeah, although to be honest, I thought the same last week, but yeah, I think he will play. I think he will play. So, with let's talk about out of possession. I think we're probably all going to be on agreement here. Or in agreement? In agreement. Do you think United should press high in this game? Yeah, we'll come to the 11 shortly, guys. We'll go through switching players out. First of all, let's look at a shape and then find players to perhaps go in that shape. Might be the best way to do this. Absolutely not. Okay, yeah, that's kind of the vibe I was going for, right? I think if we high press in this game, we are going to get clarted, to be honest. We're going to get absolutely demolished, destroyed in every aspect of the game. Arsenal are good at playing out from the back. They're also good at going long and getting on the second ball. We're not good at pressing. We're not good at second ball. So, not worth. What was the question? Sorry, there was an ad. Sorry about that advert. I will, next time I see it come up, I will try and turn it off. The question was, should we press? Should we press? Tell you what we should do. Leave a like on the stream. That's what we should do. Ahmad in a 10 for me. Yeah, we'll come back to that shortly. Why no Amrabat? Again, we will talk about the 11 shortly. At the moment, we've got the 11 from last week, but we've swapped Bruno in for Mount because Mount is out. So I think my approach would be, honestly, quite a passive mid-block. I'm thinking reduce spaces, get players close to each other. Mid-block, borderline low block. Pressing would be a terrible idea. David said, if we can press as a team, then sure, but not with leaving spaces behind. That's the problem. I feel like if we open up and try and press here, one, our normal pressing structure will get annihilated because we've got the Rice carry power up against Eriksen. Daunting. If we try a new press and connect the fullback, then we've got Evans and Casemiro at the back. I don't I'll be honest, I'm a fan of high pressing, right? I am a big fan of high pressing, but in my opinion, I don't genuinely hand on heart. I cannot think of a pressing structure which I think works in this game. So, no matter what Ten Hag does, if we don't press, I would agree with him. I will not sit here on Monday or whenever it is and say we should have pressed. We should not press in this game. I just don't see how we can do it. Unless someone can think of an idea. Unless you can think of an idea. Eriksen got destroyed against Odegaard, remember last year, so Amrabat. I agree. But we'll come to the 11 shortly. We're going to come up with a tactic first and then find out what players will fit that tactic. High press won't be connected. Exactly. So here's the issue with the press. Let's say we do our normal press, right? Just for those that say may want to press, this is why I personally wouldn't. Let's say Arsenal play out in a 2-4 shape. We go for our press. What happens? The ball goes to Saliba like so. Højlund comes over one way. And then typically our right winger will then move inside into this sort of hybrid role. But we don't do this with a great intensity. So often what will happen is the ball will then go backwards. And then there's a free man down here. The ball can get clipped over. And now the opposition can carry the ball forward. And again, when you've got someone like Rice, for example, in that midfield, his carrying power, with all this space in midfield, because we know our defence drops a little bit. Granted, not this far. It's going to cause problems, right? A lot of problems. Odegaard on the other side as well. His ball carrying ability, his passing ability, it's going to cause problems. Saka out wide, Trossard out wide. It's going to cause problems. So we shouldn't do that in my opinion. Shouldn't do that in my opinion. The other option, therefore, is to go, come on then. I've asked for it all season. Let's go connect the press. Let's go connect it. Let's push Dalot forward. So now, right, when Saliba gets the ball, Anthony comes over, Højlund goes over, we go back to Raya. Raya doesn't have this ball to Tomiyasu. We're connected. Nice. But do we really want to leave that back three man to man? I'm not sure we do. I'm not sure we do. Again, I'm someone who normally recommends a quite an aggressive press, but can you just imagine Evans being left 1v1 at the back? Casemiro 1v1 defence constantly. Arsenal do make mistakes playing from the back, which could be exploited. You're not wrong. They do. And again, we could hurt that, but I just feel like we're going to get absolutely rinsed at the back. Right? More often than not, Arsenal are good from the back. Like you said, they do make mistakes. But with our press, I think we'll get absolutely annihilated. So I would not be pressing in this game. And again, if someone can come up with a structure or a plan, instead, go for it. Let's go toe to toe, go all out. Can you? What would that score be, by the way? What would that score be? Ay ay ay. Ay ay ay. To be fair, don't get this as me advocating for it, but it's not like those guys are expert duel winners that are going to roll 1v1 and ruin them. Yeah, you're not wrong, but I still just think we're that bad. Like, just any idea of Casemiro defending wide for long periods seems like a nightmare. I think actually some of the issue, if we were to go for that man-for-man approach, would be the long ball up to Havertz. He's really good at dealing with this. And then playing from there. Probably like Rice then on that second ball would probably be the bigger concern. So the question is, or, you know, we can't go press. We've got that as an answer. Is there a different shape we can use? If you take Eriksen out for Amrabat, for example. If you take Anthony out for Ahmad, again, if some people want that. What's the plan? How do you stop them? So let's put Arsenal again in their, I would say the most common shape. The most common shape this season is some sort of back three. Which one are we going to put there? We'll put Tomiyasu. No, we won't. We'll do this. I think we'll see a shape which at times looks something like this from Arsenal. I think there's a chance Saka gets himself a little bit isolated in this game. Arsenal will probably set up something like this at times, which seems weird, by the way. Rice is their highest midfielder, but they're odds. They do that. That's what they do. What's the best way for us to approach this? By the way, again, this could obviously change. They could do this. What do you think is the best way for us to go about approaching this game? 3-4-3 diamond. Louis van Gaal style. I like it. Let's flip it for a second. If Rice is their 6-8 hybrid coming forwards, who picks up Bruno? Because Bruno versus Partey is different to Bruno versus Rice. I genuinely think there's a weakness you can defensively when we flip to that side. I think there's a weakness you can get at in that Arsenal team, and I think, yeah, Partey would be some of that, and there are other things as well. Henrik with the gifted membership. Thank you very much, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you, mate. How are you? And yeah, thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. Guys, make sure to spam some love hearts in the chat. One of you who was not a member is now a member. Thank you. Thanks, sorry, to the generosity of Henrik. What a legend. What a legend. New tactics. Everyone in our box for the centre-backs next to Onana with a new Genius 3 unofficial goalkeeper system. I like it. I like it. Why not? Why not? 4-4-2 flat for me. Double pivot 4-2-3-1. 4-4-2 mid block midfield of Kobe Mainu, Amrabat, Bruno, and Eriksen because Mount is injured. Okay, I like that. I like that. 4-4-2 mid block out of possession for sure. Just put loads of midfielders. Wonder goal from Bruno, then park the bus. I like that tactic. DJ Nature in the chat. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Saying good day, AJ, mate. Another weekend, another reason to be ecstatic. Exactly. United versus Arsenal. Whew, I can't wait for this one. Woo. Yeah. Let's go. Good to see you there, my friend. I hope you are well. Should we go through a few different structures we could use? You know what? I will do what you guys said, actually. Let's go personnel first. This is it, right? There's no other option. You can take Ahmad out for Anthony. There's not really another option. Eriksen in is an option. Apart from that, this is the 11, correct? Would you guys agree? And then we'll try to find a shape for it. If Ahmad starts, is it possible he plays 10 and then Bruno shifts to the right? Yes, indeed. I think last season I would have said it's probably more likely because Zinchenko at left back kind of reliably inverted into midfield. Whereas because they're a bit more rotational now, it's a bit more difficult to kind of follow and track. Again, that's Arsenal evolving. So last season what would happen is the left back would always come in here. So playing a narrow right winger would actually kind of make sense. You could match it. These days, because of their rotations, it's a bit more difficult to say what the right solution is as such. I really don't want Casemiro starting at centre back. Me neither. Look at some quotes first, maybe. Okay, yeah, I'll have another look. Why is Casemiro on the pitch? Me every day I watch United. Oh, lag. Lag. Okay, we're good. Let's have a look. What we got? Ten Hag on Declan Rice. He's a very good player. He would absolutely have fitted here. Yep, cheers, mate. A bit late for that. I'm not seeing anything new, right? Which is a little bit disappointing. Is Kambwala fit and is McTominay fit? Those are the two I'm unsure on. Maguire still injured, I guess. Yeah, I believe last week it was said Maguire was likely out for 3 weeks. So, yeah. Would have paid 100 million for Rice. I'd have paid more. I said it last summer. Mid block in a 4-2-2. Rangnick style for this game. I think it will work. I like the idea of it. There was no news on either Kambwala or McTominay, so assuming unavailable. Yeah, and also just like seeing the McTominay injury at the time, I'd be surprised if he's back this quick, right? It seemed a little bit odd. Yeah. McTominay in training? I haven't seen it personally, but he might be on the bench then, right? Rashford should start. Again, fitness concerns. He's trained today. He's hoping to train again tomorrow. Then we're going to see how he recovers, basically, is what Ten Hag said. To be honest, I think starting 11, our options are what we've got on screen here, or Eriksen, Anthony, or you bring in a youth player, like a Forson or a Wheatley or an Amas or someone like that. I think those are pretty much our only options for starting. I think Rashford, if he is back and available, will be on the bench. I think Litcher will be bench at the absolute most, no more than that. Who else was the other one? McTominay as well, probably the bench at most. Isn't Forson injured too? For all I know, yes, yeah, sure, probably. Also, Mark, I saw your comment earlier, I forgot to say it. He reckons the problem with the press is they ask stupid questions, and I did enjoy that comment, and it didn't get the credit it deserved at the time. Put Wan-Bissaka at centre-back? Can you imagine Wan-Bissaka trying to defend crosses? Is it lagging? It's actually alright on my end. But I'll get good internet, bro. I'm kidding. Now it's okay. McTominay will start, I think. I think fitness-wise he won't, right? Unless I've missed something. Amrabat will do something stupid and get a red card. Yeah, at least it'll be fun, right? I don't want to lose 1-0, that's all I'll say. If we lose 1-0, It's just boring, right? If they're going to beat us, at least make it 8 or something, just for a bit of entertainment. At least we can laugh at it then. 1-0 would just be a bit annoying. Being centre back with Wan-Bissaka's positioning, yeah, that would hurt. That would hurt. Can you imagine trying to defend crosses into the box as Wan-Bissaka? Aye. To be honest, I think my approach out of possession would be something like this. Yeah, do you think it's likely? I've seen a couple of youth names there in the chat for centre-back. Do you think it's likely? Do you think Ten Hag would go for it or not? The fact that he didn't the other day when Evans was literally like half alive. If he didn't then, I feel like he's not going to. Is kind of my thought process. It's the only reason I haven't suggested one of them. The fact that Evans apparently, or allegedly, failed a fitness test and still played probably suggests he doesn't want to play. One of those. FB, my man, how you doing? How you doing, mate? How'd the exam go this morning? Different story at Old Trafford, yeah, fair point. Evans next to Jackson can't be worse than Casemiro. Yeah, I'm of that opinion. Nothing can be worse than Casemiro, right? Nothing. I just think Ten Hag probably won't do it. Was my thought process. So let's try and get towards some sort of approach which United could go for. I think I would be in a 4-4-2 like this, / kind of a 4-2-2. This is who we think will play, but with a sprinkling of should. You know what? No, let's go who we think will. Who do we think will play? Apparently Saka is a doubt. I reckon he still plays though, because Arteta just overplays that man to death, right? He's a bit like Bruno. And we're back to Eriksen. Do you think Ten Hag will start Eriksen? If Ten Hag starts Eriksen, I'm not watching the game. Manu hasn't had the same energy lately, is it me? No, I agree. I think he has looked a little bit tired, a little bit lethargic at times, but it's hard to be too critical of him, right? Hard to be too critical. You think he'll start Eriksen? Can you imagine? Right, just for a second, because I also wouldn't be surprised if he did. We go into the game with that flat 4 across the middle, or if it's a 3-2 or whatever, with that centre back. Just look at that box. Evans, Casemiro, Eriksen, Kobe Manu. Let's just highlight this box. Hey. Look at it. Look at the lack of mobility. Like the stream, guys? That's a very good idea. You should like the stream. 3 of them are... You can barely move. And Manu, like, I love Manu. You guys know that. I love him. He doesn't scream athlete though, right? He's not a ground muncher. He's not a slouch either, but he's not going to make up for the work of the other 3. He's not like having Ji-Sung Park or N'Golo Kante, is he? This is worrying. This is worrying. We can't play Evans, Casemiro and Eriksen. I would play Amrabat. But I think Ten Hag might go Eriksen. He can't, right? He's not a moron. He can't. Can he? Manu is a pure footballer, not an athlete. Yeah, that's how I describe it, yeah. 5-2-3 will work in the low block. Yeah, Corey said about 5-2-3. I want to go over the 4-4-2 / 4-2-2 first, and then we will discuss that. Let's get rid of this box because it's making me feel sick looking at it. Could this sort of shape work? Yeah, I think it could. My approach would probably be to be incredibly passive early on, up here, and tell Bruno, mate, when the ball goes backwards, don't do that weird thing where you start chasing it because we're just going to get destroyed. Just absolutely destroyed. We can't do it. We can't do it. Got to sit in, narrow and compact. The idea being, right, is that we want Bruno and Højlund kind of between the back 3 and the double pivot, in that little channel of space. Again, if we go to the box shape, in this channel in here is probably where you want to keep them. If you guys remember, Leeds done something quite similar to us last season very effectively. This is where I would have them. kind of shadowing. So if Tomiyasu's got the ball, I would be kind of shaped like this. If White wants to drop here, Bruno probably follows. Let's say Saliba gets the ball on the other side, you shift over a little bit, Bruno gets this side over here, again in between the two, Højlund shifts over. Apart from that, I wouldn't be going much further. I wouldn't be going much further than that. I really wouldn't be opening up. In terms of in the middle of the pitch, wingers, central, compact. Compact, compact, compact. Can I stretch this? Do we know? Oh, look at that. Compact. Play Ahmad instead of Anthony. Yeah, we've gone in the end for what we think Ten Hag will do, which is quite scary. This has got to be the approach. I know Arsenal are good out wide, but they're good in the middle as well. Out wide is not quite as scary. Not quite as scary. Dare I ask about Martial availability? I'm probably the wrong man to ask. I think he's back. Is he back training? I think he trained last week, right? He trained last week. But what we cannot let happen is Odegaard receive in here, in this box of space. So this is why Garnacho needs to be here. If Garnacho goes wide to deal with Saka like this, it's over. Because Odegaard's going to drop here. And then as Odegaard gets the ball from Saliba like so, White then comes this side, and now he's the wrong side of Bruno, right? From our point of view, they're going to outnumber us, they're going to destroy us. We can't let that happen. The wingers are one of the most, or two of the most important players in this game. They've got to be compact from a defensive point of view. They've really got to be narrow. They've got to be close to each other. If we open it up, we're going to get destroyed. We're going to get destroyed. What I would probably do if it was me, particularly down this side, is Saliba gets the ball, I would invite him to pass to Saka. And honestly, again, right, let's just make something clear. We are not getting an elite tactical system here because we're not. Look at the players. It's not happening. I would try and funnel the ball towards Saka and go, Wan-Bissaka, mate. Just go beat him up. Saka gets the ball. I want you hitting him. Not injuring him, please, for the Euros. But hitting him right there, right there, right there. On him every time. Like he's done against Salah before. Right on him. That would be my idea to try and stop that. The problem is Arsenal then have some sort of counter to it, right? Ben White's going to start joining. What do we do then? I don't know, guys. Help. 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 Because this starts to cause problems. Is Garnacho now responsible? If he is, we've now got Odegaard 1v1 against Saka. I think Ahmad will start. Apparently Anthony called him an egghead in a Brazilian group chat. And you know how petty Ten Hag is, or what? Let the crosses in the box and box defend. Why would you not take Amrabat over Eriksen? I would. I'm saying this is what I think Ten Hag will do. I would start Amrabat. Of course I would. Of course I would. Get Eriksen out of there. I would do this all day long, but I'm not sure if Ten Hag will. Not sure if Ten Hag will. I don't like it, but how about Bruno on the right mid instead of Anthony and Rashford up top with Højlund? Well, literally go full out 4-4-2. I don't mind it as a shout. I don't mind it as a shout. The problem is, again, I've spoken about this quite a lot recently, and I've used the term mini rondos, which is where you basically turn it into mini training drills. Drills, not grills. So you turn it into mini 3 versus 3 situations. United are so bad at these. In and out with possession, and this is the problem tactically. This is the problem. We're not great in these situations. Again, Amrabat, get over there instead of Eriksen. It will help. It will help for sure. It will help. But I don't know. Unless, like someone said earlier, I can't remember who it was. As White goes wide, you almost just leave him to it and you just hope you deal with the ball in the box. But even then, the box defence, just not great. In that 3v3, Garnacho versus White is the tough one. Yeah, I'd agree. Again, not because Garnacho's lazy, he just isn't a great defender, right? We can do something similar down this side of the pitch as well. The attacking threat's a little bit different down this side. Maybe we could force on this side a bit more. Trossard on the ball. Not as good a 1v1 dribbler. Good ball striker, brilliant finisher. One of the best finishers in the world, if you ask me. But not a great dribbler, so maybe Dalot can lock him down a bit more. If Tomiyasu comes forward, I believe in Anthony a bit more. Rice probably now becomes the danger man on Kobe. Granted, Rice isn't exactly creative in the final third normally. I don't know. Is Luke Shaw available? He's not. He is not. He's actually had a setback as well, so it's really not looking good. Really not looking good for sure. There is a hope he'll be back for the FA Cup final. Casemiro at striker and Højlund at centre back. I like that idea. Yeah, just hope. Just hope. Bit of vibes. I pity Man United. Yeah, me too. Me too. The problem we've got in this game, right, is we don't even have Casemiro in midfield. Hear me out. Who, when he plays midfield, can drop into a back five at least to give us that extra box defence. The fact he's one of our centre backs, Amrabat dropping in doesn't give us much more. I don't know what to suggest. I honestly think I would probably 4-4-2, narrow as hell, and just hope or talk to the refs or something and try and get them on our side, because you've got to reduce those spaces in there. In terms of out of possession, I'm scared of us. I'm scared of us out of possession because we're so bad. I think I've said several times. I think we are the worst defensive team in the league in terms of setup, and the personnel aren't going to help in this game. It doesn't help us at all. So many players out injured or missing for different reasons. We've got adverts coming up. Let me skip those guys. Chad, good to see you, mate. Let's not get that rumour spread around the globe. How you doing? How's life? How's life? If you play Jackson next to Evans, then Casemiro, Amrabat, Mainu, Bruno midfield, Garnacho, Rashford and Højlund up front. I like that a little bit more, to be honest. The only problem is, in that flat kind of midfield four, which one plays as the wider one? Oh yeah, Corey, send them over, mate. I probably won't get to them until after the stream, though. Is there an option for a back five? Is there an option? I guess the first question would be, do we have enough centre-backs or enough players who could play centre-back and wing-back? I don't know. I did like your 3 centre-back video. I want you to play like this. Well, thank you very much. I guess we could push Dallo into centre-back would be the one thing, right? And like Anthony wing-back. Oh, it's actually about the stream. Oh, okay. I will check it on my phone then, but I won't put it on the screen. Could you do this? Back 5, like so. And go like that. Again, you could have Rashford as an option. Up front instead of Garnacho. 5-3-2. Possibly. Possibly. I don't know how we do in possession so much in this structure. What if Bruno goes to the right, Mainu is a 10, and pair Amrabat and Casemiro? Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. See what you're saying. In possession, don't worry about it. We don't get any anyway. In possession, I actually think we have a few more hopes. Yeah, Corey, I had a look at that chart the other day. Particularly the one where we have the worst XG against in the league and also shots faced in the league. Ay. Thoughts on this? Thoughts on this kind of 5-3-2 shape? Let's hit that like button, guys. Yes, please, if you could. I don't think people realise how much liking a stream helps. Liking a stream tells YouTube, people like this stream. Nice, that means more people want to see it. Let's send it to more people. Please. Please. Discord chat is also recommended, very much so. If someone could drop a link in the chat, it would be great. If not, there is one in the description, I believe. Check it out. I've just come in. What have I missed? Didn't know you were on. You've missed me being quite sad because I think we're going to get destroyed. That's the main thing. This shape probably gives us a few more favours, right? It helps us a little bit. It's really passive. But it does mean that when Arsenal go to their front 5, we do at least match them. We get outnumbered in build-up a little bit, but maybe that's worth sacrificing for this game. Let's quickly say the shape on that particular occasion is like this. It does match them a bit more. Discord is in the chat, by the way. Matt, perfect. Thank you very much. Yeah, so Matt has just sent a message in the chat. I'm going to try and pin it. If you check that out, you can join a Discord server. Completely free. I recommend it. I think most of you guys are probably here in it by now. But yeah, check it out if not. Check it out. Check it out. In that structure, I want Højlund running channels more. In this structure, would it almost be worth considering swapping Højlund and Garnacho around? Or say again, it could be Rashford. Because like you said, Højlund had some success against Saliba, and Gabriel is the one who's really strong in the air. Saliba's not quite as strong aerially. He lost a header to Luis Diaz earlier in the season. Like, come on. That could be worth it. And like I said, get him in the channels. Get him in the channels moving about. This might be an approach to use. If we were to use this right, we're not going to see good football. We're not going to see nice possession-based football. We're not. It's going to be a case of dropping deep, pack in the middle. You can see we've got 8 players plus the goalkeeper central. That is good. Kind of play fairly deep. Something like that. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. It's a difficult one. Does anyone have any interest in focusing quickly on the in-possession side of the game? Because this is where I actually think teams have kind of shown some weaknesses in Arsenal recently. One day I'd love to see Højlund and Rashford play as a front two. It'd be fun to watch, wouldn't it? It'll be counter-attack central. Yeah, exactly. It's not going to be nice football, but just transition. Arteta wants control. He's a control freak when it comes to football, right? Don't give him that control. How do you make a game hectic? Just get it forward, to be honest. Just get the ball forward and hope. I'd love to sit here and tell you guys tactically some genius things I think we can go for. I don't know that they're present in this game. Let's take Rashford back out for Garnacho, because I think it's more likely. In terms of in possession, we'll cover it quickly. Let's say we're playing out from the back with Onana. Let's put us in more of now a 4-3-3, because Anthony could push forward. Not many teams actually build up in a back 5, even if they play a back 5 or a back 3. Not many teams do it. And let's have a look at Arsenal. So how do Arsenal play in their pressing structure? More of a 4-4-2 these days. Odegaard will join Havertz quite often, not always, but fairly often. And then what you're going to get is Declan Rice in here. Kind of plays a half and half role. He'll sit between 2 players. He'll sit between 10 and a 6 or an 8. Knowing that he's got the ground coverage to make it there, it makes them so good at pressing. Because if you go long, second ball, Rice is there early enough to get there. But if you play out, and play out successfully, Rice can get here, and then Gabriel can go aggressive here. They're good at pressing. I think Arsenal are the best defensive team in the world at the moment, in my opinion. But I think they have a weakness or two. And I think one of the weaknesses which has been exploited is teams splitting their centre-backs really wide. Really, really wide. Who was the... trying to think the first team we saw do it. Porto. Porto done it in the first in the Champions League. Since then, we've seen Bayern do it. Thomas Tuchel, of course, they went through in the Champions League. We have also seen Wolves do it. So how do you stretch this shape? So again, initially, this Arsenal shape looks really good playing, applying pressure. Because everywhere on the pitch, they can win their man-to-man duel because they've got good players. But they've got spare at the back as well. Really, really good. Really, really good. So, how do you play through it? I don't know. Well, there is a way, actually. You split your centre-backs weirdly wide. And then what you do is you push your full-backs a little bit higher. And then you move your 2 central midfielders really narrow. Weird structure, right? Just pause for a second and look at that shape. What on earth is that? What is that shape? It doesn't make an awful lot of sense initially, right? But teams have used this. Again, Porto have done this. Tuchel has done this with Bayern. And Wolves have done it. I think West Ham done it for a period as well. Split those 2 centre-backs to move that front 2. Because now when Onana's got the ball, and the ball goes to Evans, it is just simply harder to shift and deal with that because the spaces are bigger. It's further to get from side to side and deal with the 2. So Odegaard can't get over here the same as he could if Evans was here, for example. Right? The other thing you do by pushing your fullbacks higher is you take some Arsenal players away from the situation. So yeah, as we said there, we need to keep Saka low. He's responsible for 2 in the pressing system, so you need him to track Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, move the Arsenal players out of the way. So bring Dalot forward, it drags Trossard, and Wan-Bissaka forward drags Saka. Now we're creating a smaller game of football. Again, if we're talking about splitting it into rondos, rather than going 11v11, we're now creating a situation here where we're 5 versus 4. Advantage United. 5v4 with Onana in goal. That's pretty handy for us to have. This is something I would like to see us doing. Split the centre-backs really wide. Then we just, I guess, hope that they're good on the ball on the day, right? But get Onana in this position here. We saw Onana last time against Arsenal. He was really good in possession, took a lot of touches. And I would say that was one of his most effective possession games. Thought he'd done really well in this system. Onana sweeping is paramount. Yeah, in possession, he needs to be playing this sort of role in here, in my opinion. But anyway, what you get by doing this is we have the open pass because we've split the front two. The front two want to be narrow. When we split our centre-backs, there's 2 options for Arsenal. We can go wide to our centre-back and they can let us do that. Okay, cool, now we can play out from the back. We can go into Bruno. We can get on the half-turn. We can play in behind. Garnacho, Anthony, Højlund, Rashford if he plays, whoever. Ahmad, maybe. Don't know. Options. The other thing which Arsenal could do is split their front two wider. Like so. Because they don't want to allow us that easy approach to a centre-backs. They don't want to give us that opportunity. So they can split a little bit wider. What this now does, though, is allows us to pass into Kobbie Mainoo and Sofyan Amrabat. Now, yes, they are both marked. However, they are marked from behind rather than interceptions in front. So this is where you could use something here to get that bounce pass option. You go into Kobbie Mainoo, even if he just takes 1 touch, this way, for example, takes his first touch this way, away from Rice, drags him over, and then backwards is the key. Using Onana as the spare man. Again, I think we need to use that in this game. Third man combinations, Onana in goal. Now can you find a pass? Now can you find these half-space players? That is a way you can hurt Arsenal. And this isn't just like a random tactic which I've come up with. Teams have done this. Teams have done this. You go up, back, and through. Up, back, through. Brighton under De Zerbi last season. Up, back, and through. Really effective. So you go from the goalkeeper. You go up into midfield. You go back, drag in the space, and then you go through. So I would actually use Onana as the key man to play out from the back. Not Johnny Evans, not Casemiro, not even Kobbie Mainoo and Amrabat, although their retention needs to be good. Onana. It's a bit like what Caicedo and McAllister used to do. Exactly, mate. Exactly like what they done. Then Onana distribution even more important. For the ball out to Højlund or Garnacho, Rashford. Exactly. Exactly. This is the way you can hurt Arsenal. Genuinely, this is a thing. This isn't like a new idea. Teams have done this. Teams have done this, and Arsenal haven't adapted to it massively yet. Now, obviously, Arsenal are still very good defensively. They've got a great back four. The midfield is very strong. Great ground coverage. All of that. But we do have one of the best ball-playing goalkeepers in the league, in my opinion, in the world, in my opinion. Use it. Use it. Amrabat is a bit sloppy on the ball, though. Yeah, so the important thing in this structure is you're not asking Amrabat and Kobbie Mainoo to be press resistant in the sense that you're not asking them to spin and turn players. You're asking them to take a safer approach. So, getting the ball. First touch it's about retention. Yeah, like Ewan said there. It's about Amrabat drawing pressure rather than trying to play through it. It's about drawing pressure. So again, let's just go through the shape real quick. Let's say United are set up like this. And Arsenal split their strikers, which they do sometimes, right? It opens up the bounce pass in midfield. Why is the bounce pass important? It's important you don't play it first time. If we do this, Onana to Kobbie, Kobbie to Onana. Arsenal sit there and go, yeah, okay, cool. Enjoy. Take your time on the ball, which is why I want Kobbie Mainoo and Sofyan Amrabat. You go into them and you ask them to take an extra touch. Take the extra touch. But take a touch in a certain direction. What direction is that? That needs to be planned before the game. You know, the manager needs to come up with that. The coaches need to come up with that. There needs to be patterns in place. But I would be taking the first touch across the pitch, back towards the centre. So if we go Onana to Amrabat, Amrabat take this touch this way, into here. First of all, you're asking the question, does Thomas Partey even want to follow him? I don't know. I don't know if he does. If he does want to follow him, you can go back, use the bounce pass again, and open up something. There's ways you can hurt them. No inverted fullback. Yeah, no inverted fullback for this game. Use width in the first phase. Width in the first phase. If you want to use inverted fullbacks later on, if we get a decent amount of the ball, go for it. In possession, I believe there are ways we can hurt Arsenal. I really, really do. The fear for me is when you go to the flip side of things, you ask us to defend, then you've got trouble. Then you've got a lot of trouble. Defensively, I'm terrified of us in this game. On the ball, I think there are some structures you can use and hurt Arsenal. Is Ten Hag going to use said structures? Not so sure. Not so sure. What have I been missing in chat, by the way? What's been going on? Is it Jim and Chad going on a madness? I respect that from them. My guys right there. Kings. Does this work with Ahmad instead of Anthony? Yeah, I would argue Ahmad probably suits it a little bit better. Yeah. I reckon Ahmad suits it probably more than what Anthony does. Again, I think Ten Hag probably goes with Anthony though. Chad's been spitting. Do I dare read what Chad's been saying? I can't find it. It's probably for the best. No offense, mate. You know I love you, really. Chad's a Sigma? That's what I need to know. And he probably said like as well, so I agree with that as well. Like the stream, listen to Chad. Do what Chad says. Whatever Chad says in the chat, do it. Chad's about to put something in chat, do it. Chad, you've got a lot of power here now. Is that what Chad said? Chad, that is beautiful. Guys, read the chat, man. Chad is a man of great words, great wisdom as well. Okay, Chad, great. Turn to Chad green, exactly. But yeah, also everyone liked the stream. Anything else to talk about with this game though, rather than Chad being a Sigma? Is there anything else to talk about with this? I don't know that there is because, to be honest, I'm tired. Yeah. I think we're gonna lose. Score predictions. We should do that. Score predictions. Jim asked for it, right? I don't think on a stream I have ever predicted United losing. I think on stream I always say we're going to win, and then afterwards I'll go, yeah, we probably lose. That's what I done with Palace last week. On stream I was like, we win 1-0. And then I went back and was like, yeah, 3-0. Fulham or West Ham do anything in particular? I don't know if I actually watched those games back when doing the research. I'm not sure. There will be 7 goals. One team will score 6, the other will score 1. Oh, nice. We're winning 6-1. Let's go. Let's go. 2-1 United or 4-0 loss? 3-1 Arsenal, 5-2 Arsenal. Yeah, sorry, Jim, it took so long to get to the predictions. Probably 3-1 Arsenal. I'm trying to think. Normally when we're quite negative in the chat, last week aside, normally when we're quite downbeat about and pessimistic, I feel like United then normally perform, right? So, is this the weekend where we turn up and do something? Maybe. 4-2 either way. We find out who wins the Premier League this weekend. We're going to win the Prem, nice. 3-0 to Arsenal is the best case scenario. We've performed this season. There's been a couple of games, right? The Wolves game, I remember that. What was that, January, February? We were scared of that one and we won. Liverpool in the Cup, we were scared of that and we won. Do you know how long till Licha is match fit? Back in training, so I think we'll see him for the Cup final, I'll be honest. Probably some sort of minutes before that from the bench. We need to have a Makeda moment. Yes, please. Yes, please. 3-1 Arsenal or more. No, I can't deal with it. I just don't want to lose 1-0. They're going to beat us. At least make it funny. Right? I think we can all take a joke these days. If we lose 5-0, it would at least be funny to watch. If we lose 1-0, can't be bothered. That's boring, right? Like, if you're going to beat us properly. That's my last thoughts on the game. Ali with another donation. Ali, thank you very much with the $5. Thank you, my friend. As always, saying 4-0 Arsenal, 2 from cutbacks. I'm going to guess you've seen us before, my friend. 1 from a set piece and 1 from an Onana mistake. Have you basically, Ali, gone, Arsenal are going to show everything we're bad at? Because I think you might be right. I think you might be right. But thank you very much for the donation. Very kind of you once again. Greatly appreciated. Guys, I didn't say it. Make sure to turn the chat green. Spam some love hearts in the chat. Say thank you. Yeah, set pieces. We haven't even covered that. Ay. Set pieces. This guy does more. Every vid is spot on. Thank you very much, Jim. Thank you very much. Maguire's still injured, I believe so. Just don't take it seriously, guys. I laughed a lot in the Palace game. Yeah, I didn't watch the Palace game until the next day, but I watched it the next morning and I was just laughing. Casemiro in particular, watching him try and defend was jokes. I really enjoyed that. Oh, we've also got Alex, by the way, renewing his membership, a channel member now for 6 months, getting the gold badge. I didn't even know we had that until the other day, so OG. He's got a badge even I didn't know existed. OG. Thank you very much, Alex, for your support as always. And then David with the donation as well. Thank you very much, my friend. Saying 3-2. Hoyland, Garnacho, Casemiro. I love that. How do you get a membership? It depends what part of the world you're in. Some countries you can't. If you want a membership, though, I believe there's like a $ near the chat somewhere, I think. Someone else might be able to tell you better. I think there's like a... I think it's a $ that you press. Guernsey. I don't know if you can in Guernsey or not. I have no idea. But yeah, there's like a join button or a $, like Alex said there. Something like that. And you press that and then you become a member. Something like that. I don't actually know. Any more score predictions coming in? Havertz scores 1-0. United keep a fight, but we ain't scoring. Evans has a very good game and we don't let any more in. Rashford comes on in the 70th. All balls go from Bruno to Rashford and he scores 2. Oh my days. Yes, please. Josh renewing his membership as well. Josh, thank you very much. Saying loving this channel, AJ. Josh, I'm loving your support, mate. Very, very kind of you. And Henrik has also gifted a membership as well. So one person who was not a member before is now a member. Make sure to show some love to those two. Plus everyone else who's donated as well. Absolute legends. And there's another, Alex as well with the gifted membership. Alex, thank you very, very much. 6-month members and also donating memberships to other people. If you are a new member, if you've been gifted a membership, open up the emoji thing. You get different emojis like Ten Hag and stuff. Why is there a Ten Hag emoji on YouTube? I don't know, but we made it. It's a thing. Check it out. Check it out. Churn the tack green. Exactly. You do know what to do. And Josh, yeah, you're a man. You're a Euros man. I know that much. The Euros content. I'm cranking it up for the Euros. We're going next level. We're talking, ideally, if United are relevant as well, we're looking at 40 plus videos in June. That's the plan. Decent, eh? We've also got another gifted membership from David as well. This is why you guys deserve over 40 videos in a month. Because the support is ridiculous. David, thank you very much for the gifted membership. So again, I didn't see who it went to, but another one of you, Nick, is now a member as well, thanks to the generosity of David. Yeah, Euros, there's going to be so much content. So much content. 17 games I'm covering, tactics in between, also United videos as well, double uploads on certain days, 30, 35, 40 videos over the course of the month. We're ready. We're ready. We're ready. Hopefully the sun's out as well and England go all the way, right? Please, please, please. Mark is also flexing the fact that he is a 6-month member and he's now got the gold badge, although it didn't show it earlier for some reason. Mark, again, an OG of the channel. Thank you very much, my friend, saying he also has the 6 months. Just didn't show it on YouTube for some reason. YouTube's like that, man. It just doesn't work half the time, right? It doesn't work. But thank you very much. Thank you very much for the support as always. It doesn't stop there, because we've also got a donation from Ali as well saying, no. We've also got a $10 donation from Ali again, by the way. He started the stream with one as well. Absolute legend. Thank you very much. Saying aside from the negativity, thank you everyone for always showing up, no matter how good or bad. This community has been the best hands down. One day we will meet in person, I wish. You are all legends. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Yeah, a bit of negativity today, probably spearheaded by myself. I'm just scared of Arsenal, to be honest. But yeah, I do really appreciate those of you. I appreciate the whole community, but especially the people who come and get involved, even when we hate the club, right? I really do appreciate it. Because some people are here, you know, when things are good. We're winning every week. And we're more relevant. The people who are here when we're less relevant, we're in the trenches a little bit. I really, really do appreciate you. So yeah, Ali, your spot on the community is incredible. One day we will meet in person. I reckon we'll go to a football game one day, a load of us. I reckon we can make it happen. One day, one day. Thank you very much, Ali. Again, guys, make sure to spam some love hearts. I'm losing my voice from talking. We've also got a donation from Simon as well with the £2. Simon, thank you very much. Saying City will want us to do them a favour by winning. City can get stuffed. We're going to beat them in the FA Cup to ruin their season. I think City win the league from now anyway, right? I think, I don't know. I don't want to do City a favour, but I do want to beat Arsenal. We're going to beat Arsenal. City can slip up somewhere else. Thank you very much for the donation. And then we've got another one from David as well. And the chat is going too quick, so I can't even find it. Where is it gone? It's there somewhere, saying, what a lovely community to be in. You guys have built it. You guys have built this amazing community. Thank you very much. And then we've got gifted memberships from Mark as well. 5 gifted members. And he said they are literally his first ever gifted memberships on YouTube. So thank you very much, my friend. Greatly appreciated. 5 people who were not members before are members now. Whew. That's a lot. That's a lot for a man with a sore throat. Thank you very much, guys. The support is incredible, although it is literally killing my health. Josh, best believe it. This is how won the Euros for England. Video on its way. Oh, it's going to be here. It's going to be here. It's going to be here. Jim will get one sooner or later. Jim will get one day. Do you remember that time with Corey, by the way, where we had Nuruddin, I think, gifted like 400 memberships, and it didn't go to Corey. That was a good time. That was quite funny. No offense, Corey. I love you, mate. It was just entertaining. Don't think I got your score prediction. 2-1 United. Goals from. Oh, yes. Goals from. You ready for this? Bruno Fernandes. Johnny Evans. Johnny Evans, my man. Who can score for Arsenal? Havertz, just to be annoying. There we go. Adverts. AJ is just in it for the money. He doesn't care about us. I've been found out. I skipped one lot. What a kind guy I am, right? What a kind guy. Keep hydrating, AJ. Yeah, honestly. Very true. Very, very true. You know what? Listen to Alex. Alex is smarter than all of us. You were right. That is better. You broke the Corey curse with a single gifted membership that month. True. This is the type of stream which I could watch and enjoy taking part always. Long may it continue, AJ. Thank you very much for the support, for the donation as well, and the kind words. I should say, there's another stream on Sunday, before kickoff, about an hour before kickoff. I'll just react to the team news, basically. We may not have that much to react to, because we probably aren't going to get that many surprises, because we probably pretty much already know the team. But yeah, we will stream basically an hour up until kickoff. So I don't actually know what time kickoff is. What time is kickoff? What time's kickoff? Is it 4:30? 4? 4? 4? 4? 4? 4? 4? Probably 4. So we'll start stream 4:30. Okay, so I said all that and I was wrong. Lovely. 12:30 AM. Sorry, David, mate. Okay, so kickoff's at 4:30, so I will be streaming UK time, British summer time, 3:30 till 4:30. Yeah. That's the plan for Sunday. I've got a video, it's been pushed back till tomorrow now, on Ipswich's tactics under Kieran McKenna. Just for something different. I've run out of United content because we are irrelevant and no one cares about us. Sad times. But yeah, there's plenty more streams coming. There's plenty more content coming when we can think of it. Hopefully next week we're relevant and we can talk about something. Hopefully we beat Arsenal. But I think for now we're good. I think for now we're finished for today. McKenna video tomorrow at Ipswich. Sunday, Arsenal stream. Team news. Monday, how we beat Arsenal 7-0. Tuesday, why Ten Hag is the GOAT. Yeah. That's the plan. If you want to keep talking, get in a Discord server. I will probably be in and out of there. But in terms of today's stream, we are finished. So, thank you guys very much for joining. Thank you to everyone who has left a like on the stream, which was 50. It just ticked over, 51 people. Thank you very much. Thank you for the 10 new members as well. Some people extending, some people donating, some new members. Greatly appreciated. Thank you for the donations as well on top of that. Thanks to everyone. Another really good stream. More good vibes despite the club not providing them. We are the vibes of this community, of the United fan base, because the club ain't, and certain other fan bases, they aren't. We are. So yeah, thank you guys very much for the support as always. I'll catch you in the Discord. I'll catch you with some videos, whatever. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next one. And Chad, if you're here, don't mock me, mate, because I literally know where the end stream button is now. So have that on your head top. I'll catch you guys all later.